Well, Bennett Kessler filed the following report. Under his management for the past 20 years, Jim Tatum made the Eastern Sierra Tri-County Fairgrounds a more vital part of the community, including a new spacious building. Now, Jim Tatum moving on to a new job with Inyo County. Tatum confirmed the word that had circulated. He is Inyo County's new Deputy Public Works Director. Tatum called the move, quote, a world of opportunity with a huge number of challenges, end quote. It's the next step in my life, he said. After the investment of 20 years at the fairgrounds, Tatum said he hopes to stay involved and be, quote, the best volunteer the fairgrounds ever had, end quote. Now, looking back over his time at the fairgrounds, Tatum said when he started, things were less than positive. Money was tight, and he said, quote, with hard work by the people here, the board, and the community, we've made it a success. I'm proud of it. It is my legacy, end quote. Now, did state budget cuts enter into his decision to leave? Tatum says his position could still be funded, but would then require, quote, a very noticeable cut in services and a decline in quality, end quote. Now, Tatum said his position will not be filled. He assured that current employees and some additional part-time ones can handle the duties. Tatum said, quote, the employees here are fully capable of not just maintaining things, but also moving forward, end quote. Now, Tatum said the office manager will continue and take over events planning. Maintenance people will continue, and he said board members will likely play a more active role. One of his major accomplishments is the new building on the fairgrounds, and Tatum says he expects it will generate a lot of new revenue as a new modern venue for almost any kind of activity. He said, quote, the fairgrounds will remain a vital part of the community, end quote. Tatum expects to start with Inyo County on December 3rd. Now, Tri-County Fairgrounds board members are Joanne Parsons, Sam Dean, Maria Kemp, Paul Dostie, Yvonne Beaver, Dean Smith, and Jim Clark, and 2 appointments are also pending. Say a great job there by a very hard-working man, Jim Tatum. Well, a new modern building of 4,600 square feet with a state-of-the-art kitchen. That's the Tallman Pavilion, as it's called, and it now stands ready at the Eastern Sierra Tri-County Fairgrounds for conferences, conventions, and meetings, plus accommodations for the RV parks. Bennett Kessler also filed this story. Now, Fair Manager Jim Tatum and others organized an open house last Thursday to reveal the new building to the community. State funds and local money made it happen. Tatum called the pavilion, quote, new and unique with a gorgeous kitchen, end quote. 1,000 square feet of the large building is dedicated to restrooms and showers on the south side of the building to accommodate RV park people and occupants of the building. Now, Ducks Unlimited was the first to rent the building last Friday. Tatum said the plan is to market the facility, which will hold up to 200 people for upscale events. Said Tatum, quote, we will be selective. The facility can serve dinner for up to 150 people, and it will really meet a need, he said. There is a lot of demand for a commercially approved kitchen, end quote. Now, halfway through the construction of the new facility, state budget money dried up. An additional $200,000 for 2012 was lost. Tatum went to the community to help complete the already halfway finished building, and he said Roxanne Tallman of Hidden Creek Ranch offered $100,000, and a couple from Texas, James and Lisa Ferguson, had spent their honeymoon at Mule Days and have returned frequently, and they donated another $15,000 in honor of James' mother, who recently passed away. Now, Jim Tatum said that the fairgrounds made some building changes and used some reserve funds to make up the rest of the state money lost. The fairgrounds will market the Tallman Pavilion with special midweek rates and other good deals. Tatum said, quote, the big difference in this building is that it is energy efficient. Lots of insulation, energy efficient design, central heat, and efficient coolers, end quote. Well, Bennett Kessler also filed this report. While the town of Mammoth Lakes struggles over a kind of surgical reduction of its government structure, the city of most of Mammoth's customers, Los Angeles, prepares 4 possible tax hike measures for the March ballot. Now, after town of Mammoth officials called for severe cuts in the police department and other employee and facility cuts, the discussion of new taxes came up. At the last town council meeting, officials heard from some citizens that they want a higher sales tax, lift ticket tax, and use of already approved tax money to help hold together the town's services. Now, judging from the news in the Los Angeles Times, Southland skiers and visitors would likely not even blink at higher taxes in Mammoth. If the March tax hike passes, LA's sales tax hike would go from, or the tax would go from 8.75% to 9.25%, and Mammoth's current sales tax stands at 7.75%. Now, on this week's ballot, Los Angelinos will vote on a county sales tax to pay for public transit. In March, LA may also vote for higher property tax, higher levies on parking lots, and increased taxes on real estate deals. LA officials want to avoid more cuts in parks, police, fire, and other services. And if that sounds like a familiar scenario, it is. And at Wednesday night's Mammoth Town Council meeting, officials will hold a workshop with the Planning Commission to talk about incentive zoning and transient rentals in single-family zones. Now, this idea would raise money for the town general fund, which is 60% funded by TOT. Wednesday's council meeting also includes the last item about more discussion about town restructuring to pay off its debts. The item also includes responses to questions and results of that online survey. Now, some council deliberations will take place at this meeting with a vote on restructuring currently scheduled for December 5th. Officials will likely discuss cuts, new and old taxes, and the regular meeting starts at 6 p.m. Wednesday in Suite Z. And well, Tuesday is Election Day with many local races, state propositions, and of course the presidential election. Sierra Wave Media will have results from all the local races on our website, sierrawave.net. You can stay with sierrawave.net Tuesday night into Wednesday morning to get the latest results, and we'll also have the information Wednesday morning on Sierra Wave FM. We'll be back with more news.